What is going on, everybody? Your McLaren Speed Shop World Champion coming at you with how to beat Sakazuki with our final builds. It's here. I'm going to give you guys a couple different strategies on what you can do based on your opening hand and how you can absolutely put Sakazuki players in the blender and make it so they literally cannot beat you. And it's pretty sick and it's pretty great feeling. But yeah, we'll run down our deck build and stuff as well. Also, too, this is just my preference build. Again, I broke down all these other ones, and here's another one for you guys. If you do not like the rush characters and you'd rather have card draw, you can swap out Rush Zoro, put in like this Law, Searcher Law if you want, and put in Queen for Luffy, switch them out, put in Wire. Again, the only cards that are like required if you want to follow like the structure of my build is the Otama, Sanji, Ace, Gordon, Zorojuro, the two kids, and then 4 of all these. And then these are the recommended events, but you can mess around the numbers. If you like round table, you can put a round table in. You can drop a jet pistol for a round table if you like the extra security. But all the 3 cost and 5 cost characters, up to you. It does whatever your preference is, however you like to play. You can swap any of them out, any of the 3s and the 5s for whatever you like, and the deck will still function for the most part there. You just need the core structure to be able to get up to Ace, and then you can straight up beat anybody with any 3 and 5 cost cards you're running. So if you don't like, again, this is just my preferential build. I like Rush. I like to play aggressive, and sometimes it works great for me. Sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. But it's the risk. I know the risk, and it's the risk that I like to play. And I'm fine with losing if I overheat with the Rush characters. It's just how I like to play. But you guys can do whatever you like. It's all good to you. But yeah, jumping in Sakazuki now. What you're looking for, opening turn. 2 things. Any 3 cost character, ideally like Zoro here, but any of your 3 cost characters, and a combination of either the boys here or Beppo. That's all. If you get that, you got a good shot. So if you get any of your 3s and then just one or the other of these, and basically you're going to be wanting to go first. So your second turn, you now have 2 game plans if you get like a 3 cost and either of the 4s. So the more recommended one I have for you guys now, on your second turn, swing 5 on 5, see what happens. It doesn't really matter. You get the life, that's great. If they block out, that's also great. Then you drop like Zorojuro if you have them, or you drop Wire, or you drop this Zoro. And then you minus your 3 Don, and then you drop the boys or Beppo. And then you have 2 characters out on the second turn. And then when it goes back to Sakazuki, there's literally nothing they can do to get rid of both of your characters. There's no cards they have. They only have 4 Don. There's straight up nothing they can do to be able to stop that. And it's sick. It's a great feeling because all they can do, really, if they want to waste Rob Lucci, all they can do is attack with their leader Sakazuki and then minus your 3 cost and then drop Rob and get rid of him. That's it. So that wastes like Rob's like utility there. Or the only other way they would be able to get rid of one of your characters is if they have the Great Eruption event and the Hound Blaze event. That is the only other way they'd be able to get rid of one. They cannot get rid of both of your 3 and your 4. And then the only other pro tip I have, if you use this build that I have with the Rush characters, if you get Rush Zoro and then either of these 2, you cannot attack with Zoro on your second turn. You have to leave him there, because if you attack with Zoro, Sakazuki will just attack him. And then if you use a card to save Zoro, then that puts you down a card. And then if you don't, it opens up the possibility of him just attacking Rush Zoro, KOing him, and then using whatever event cards you may have to get rid of your 4 costs. So do not attack on turn 2 with Zoro if you use Rush Zoro at all, because you want to come around on the next turn to be able to attack with both. And plus you want Sakazuki to attack you directly, because we need at least the 2 life cards as quick as possible to replenish our hand. So that is your opening strategy. And then from there on, if you, again, minimum 1 character, you're a step on them. And then depending on what they have, you're just in the game of removal. And if you're able to replenish the characters you put out on the board, they cannot catch up to you, like, at all. you're able to overwhelm them just straight up, and you're forcing them to burn stuff. And then while from turn 3 and on, you're just attacking them with so many attacks, and you're forcing them to just burn everything in their hand. You get rid of their card draw advantage, and you force them to burn their characters as counters. And it's a great feeling once you get it hooked up. And you just got to progress through the game depending on what 5 costs you get. If you get Ace, and then right here, Jet Pistol is absolutely clutch, because you have to expect a Rob Lucci is coming, or like a Kuzan or something. You drop this, they're gone. And then if you have Ace in your hand, next turn you get to drop Ace. Minus 3,000 of 2 of their characters again, even if they even have that out. Because if you have the step up, they might not have anything. And you're just able to keep them down the entire game, and they're just you'll literally just watch all the cards in their hand disappear as they're just wasting and burning everything they have just to keep up, because you're going to be attacking them so many times, and they don't run counters, so there's nothing they can do to be able to stop that. So that is my game plan recommendation for you guys, is to look for that. Any of your 3s, and then Beppo, the boys here, is all you need, and you'll be okay. And then just turns into like kind of your luck of the draw. As long as you don't burn out of characters, you should be alright. If you do, then you're going to be in trouble. But from then on, if you don't get the combination, fall back onto our default strategy. Turn 2, you attack him for 8,000, and then you just go by the golden rule of putting out at least 2 characters a turn. You cannot do 1 character a turn. You got to do 2, and you can still beat them with our original strategy, especially with this build, because you get a lot of this. We just have a lot of help here. But yeah, to further kind of break everything down, we need to jump in and learn Sakazuki's deck. So I just have like a basic kind of one. So why it's cool to kind of learn and look at the cards. So why I also love Jet Pistol and Jet Pistol into Ace, because if you look at their cards, there's nothing they have that can survive a Jet Pistol, like straight up, besides like Borsellino and his effects. But you can just bottom deck him, because he's gonna be at 6,000. So a 1 Gordo or like a Fire Fist or something gets him in the range. But everybody else, then I guess Sabo too, because of the on play. But I mean, you could just bottom deck these cards. Besides that, his main cards with the Rob Lucci and stuff like that, they can't survive a Jet Pistol. And also too, the cool thing is, since they will be wasting all their stuff on all the resources and everything on the effects, the advantage we now have that they don't is Rad Beam. They will not be able to swing like high enough if you have a Red Beam and you're down to the 2 at the 9,000. So you have so many ways to be able to stall them out and get them to burn through, again, like burn through all of their events and stuff like that, even if they have it. Like their Hound Blazes, they have an Ice Age, the Great Eruption, stuff like that. And then you just keep attacking them with small attacks and force them to burn through all their characters that have their on-play effects as well. Like they'll have to just be trashing all of these people. And you also have to remember as well with attacking, depending on what their hand is, like, look, Borsellino, no counter effect. Kuzan, no counter. Rob Lucci, no counter. Hina, no counter. And then all these other cards, 1,000, and then they have all their events that don't have counters as well. So you just blast them, keep the pressure up, burn everything out of their hand, make it so they can't play anything. And it's awesome. It's a fantastic feeling once you get that set up. And if you do get that set up, honestly, you win. If you get our opening hand with a 3, and then either of the 4s here, there's straight up nothing they can do on their then second turn. Like if you're going first, their second turn, there's nothing they can do to get rid of both your characters. They can get rid of 1 max, and that's it. And that's what's sick, because then you force them to then gamble. They either have to go for it all and waste their materials on their second turn to get rid of 1 of your characters, or they're going to leave up 2 characters of yours, and then you're able to attack them on the 3rd turn 3 times. You'll be able to swing 3 times at them and force them to either just eat their life or like burn the stuff in their hand to keep going. And then on your turn 3, you'll be at 4. So depending on what they play out, like at their turn 2, you still have 4, and you could potentially put out 2 more characters and then if you have the 2 characters, and then you just go from there. And then they're just playing catch up. And then while they're trying to remove the characters you have in the field, they're not hitting your life. So you're looking good for the end game as well. And then as they're playing catch up, that also gives you the extra bonus of potentially not needing to clear the board. Especially if they're only putting out 1 character, you could potentially just be able to save a Don, the -3 Don for a turn, and just put out 1 if you get far enough ahead. And it's sick. It's the first time in a long time that I've felt very, very good now against playing Sakazuki. Because like straight up too, once you get into the turn 4s, if you have the Don with your 5 costs, you're gonna have the other characters still on the board, so you put the pressure on them to now have to commit to the rest of the resources, getting rid of your 5 costs, or even if you have Ace, like that Ace is 7, and that's gonna take a bunch of their cards to get him down, unless they have the Ice Age, I guess. But still, that's all they can kind of do. But yeah, that is now your opening game plans, and then you have to just get the reps in throughout the games playing against them to see how things open up for you, and then know on your own personal preferences and what kind of like build you're running. Like if you're copying mine, you'll see how things kind of progress and what you're able to do and what you should and shouldn't do. But if you're not copying mine and running like a different one, just get the reps in so you know what to expect with like your own deck and like what things that can benefit you and help you out. But yeah, that is the game plan, the breakdown on beating Sakazuki. So now you know what to look for. Your opening hand, your first read, your go-to read, any 3 cost character, it doesn't matter, any of these guys, and then either of our down replenishing characters. And then even if you're running wire, like I am, like if they don't get turn 3, throw the 2 down on wire and attack them with 5, because if not, wire's gonna be gone. But if you're not playing with wire, if you're playing with heat, then you're probably looking a lot better with especially if you set things up. Like you're gonna be super aggro with heat. Like what is it? This one. Like if you get heat out with the combo of these guys, and then your second turn, you remove whatever, and if you have like another one, then heat's at 6,000, and you can just put insane pressure on Sakazuki. Like if you're running heat, and any of the builds, if you're doing, it's not even Rush Luffy, you're doing the Queen one, Queen with heat, like whatever build you like, you can beat Sakazuki. Like you now have 2 ways. We're not like one-dimensional anymore. So ideally, again, your opening hand, you're looking for any 3 cost with these guys, and then you just gotta get practice in to see what other cards in your hand complement that and what you like to feel like secure with. And then the backup plan, if you don't get the 3 and the 4, is just fall back on our original strat of turn 2, blast them for 8,000, then turn 3 from there on, you have to put out 2 characters, and you just go from there. But yeah, with this new strategy, I'm seeing insane success. Like this has been going great. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I am able to get out, especially Zoro, if he can't get rid of Zoro, like it's pretty massive, because they'll have to like attack you like straight up. And any of the 3 costs, honestly, I'm attacking with both. Next like my third turn, he's getting swung at with 3 characters, and it's great. It's really great feeling. And if you get the stuff to like be able to replenish and back it up, you will absolutely decimate Sakazuki players, and it's awesome. Like I feel like they don't expect to be put into the blender that they put other people in, you know. And we're able to do that and just make so many of their cards just unusable with they can't use their on play effects if we're making them burn them in their hand. But yeah, enough of my rambling. Been a very long little intro breakdown, but let's get into some games now so I can put it all down so you guys can kind of visualize how successful this new strategy has been for me, and like what you guys can kind of expect if you're able to get it set up. All right, here we go. Sakazuki. I'm going to keep this, and we'll see how this goes. We're trying a wire here, so I'm not exactly sure how everything will pan out, but we'll try. I'm going with we're gonna try a new strat of attacking only for 5, and then going with a 3 and a 4 since we have Beppo. Like the boys would be a lot better since you get 2, But since you at least get one, I at least want to do that. You know, so 1, 2, 3. Get that out. Draw one, trash one. Oh boy. Guess we'll do that. Just because this turn they can't do anything too silly. And now we put him in a spot for like going to the next turn where there's no way he can remove both of them this turn, you know? So if he drops Rob, he drops Rob. I'd rather lose that fast. Okay, never mind. Borsellino. I'm fine with that. That works for me. Because we have Gordon. So we're going to do that. And then we'll do our 1, 2, 3. Get him out of here. Bring in another bear friend. We get his ability. We get a beam. Alright, let's get rid of Otama then. Attack. We'll do that. And then we'll attack him again. Alright, now we got him in a interesting situation. Obviously, he could still blow up our entire field, depending on the cards that he's got. However, he might not be able to. So we'll see. If he attacks, I'm going to block it with wire. Okay, never mind. He goes Kuzan. Okay. Interesting. This is like super good for us. So he's doing that. I'm alright with that. Okay, so he Hound Blazed. He Hound Blazed our blocker, though. Oh, it's only 2, yeah? 2 or less? Okay. So I have 4. I could drop a Zoro. Dang, we could pop off right here. Then I keep 1 Otama Kuzan out of here. So do that. Get them down. Alright, let's go. Let's go. We're gonna just super push the pace here. And with 2 of these, we get caught back up. So next turn, we can drop Ace potentially. So there goes 1. We're gonna attack him again. And we're gonna just have a full board of characters here, which is gonna be absolutely nuts. Like, we are just wearing him down. Like, just absolutely abusing this old man right now. 1, 2, 3. Get him out of here. Bring in Zoro. Never mind, I was wrong about Ace. I want to go for this. So, let's see what he can do. He's got this. There's just no chance he could get rid of all of them. And if he attacks, like, any of them, I'm using Sanji to stop it. Like, if he doesn't put Don on them, we have Sanji. And the next turn, I'm going for the game. So, he's doing that. I'll do that. Block that. And we'll make it super tough for him here. Alright, well, he's going to get rid of both of them. But we still we'll keep these 2, yeah? And so he's only got 3. So drawing a couple more cards. Alright, they quit out. That's how you do it. Right there. That's the new strategy that I wanted to give you guys against Sakazuki. And like, so you can go into, like, you have 2 options now. Your first read is going to be like 100%, like trying to get a 3 cost comboed with Beppo or the boys Penguin. If you have that, play how I just did. Because if you're going first, you drop the 3, then just minus the 3, bring out either of those, you get 2 out, and they literally cannot get rid of both of them. They could maybe get rid of 1 if they want to risk, like, Rob Lucci on their turn 2, only get rid of 1. If they do that, that's fine by us. Like then if you have a Gordon or like any kind of cost removal, your next turn you get Rob just out of here, and then you'll have an extra character, and then you just gotta hopefully be able to build on that like throughout the game. And then once you keep one character on the board, that's gives you such a big advantage against Sakazuki, because you're able to keep building on that. And if you're able to do that, obviously there's still a chance they could wipe your board with their like everything they got if they have the god cards in their hand. But if they don't have that situation set up, you can just overwhelm them like I did. And obviously we got super lucky with, we only have 2 Zoros in our deck and we got both of them. But even if we didn't have a Zoro and had just 2 of any other characters, I would have had a full board here, and we would have been just blasting them minimum 3 attacks a turn, basically, since we had that set up. Like, no matter what other 2 characters I would have played that turn, say he gets rid of these 2, I still would have 2 and our leader, and they can't keep up with that. I know that, because a lot of their cards, like Event and everything, and like Rob doesn't have a counter, Kuzan doesn't have a counter on him, so a lot of their key cards don't have counters. Obviously they have some like 2000s, but they're not running any actual counter events. So if you're able to get the bodies out, you can overwhelm them, because they just straight up can't withstand multiple characters on the field. All you have to do, you just need 1 turn basically where they don't remove both of your characters that you put out early game. If you can get just 1 turn, you can beat them with Law, especially if you're able to just keep up with the removal and stuff on them like we were able to do right there. And yeah, there's just nothing they could do. We put them in the absolute blender on that one. That was sick. Like, that was super, super fun, and I'm very satisfied with that result. But yeah, let's keep rolling and see if we can find some more Sakazuki games. All right, here we go. Sakazuki, round 2. We got our opening hand that we want. So let's see if we can put the absolute pressure on again here. End our turn. And we'll see what we can do against this guy. So he gets his search. That's all right. All right, he traps a Rob Lucci, which means he's got one. All right, he did this. Okay, reveal. He drew this, so that gives. All right. All right. So he definitely has a Rob then in his hand. Let's see what he does with this. And then we're just going to try everything. Because he can't play like anything with the bang. Get our 2. So he's only going to have 4. So he can't play Rob. All he could do, if he wants to play Rob to get rid of Zoro, he'd have to attack us, minus him 1, then play Rob. Unless he has like the event cards to drop us down and then like bottom deck us. That's all he can do, since we were able to hit the combo. So we'll see if we can pull it out. I don't know, it's still really hard. Sakazuki, again, just for their activate main, they can filter so many cards, and they have a Rob in here and a Kuzan in here. Like, all of these cards I assume are stuff they want to pull out. So they're gonna drop Rebecca, and then Mancherry. Okay, interesting. So I have this. I could probably just attack Mancherry with Zoro and get our extra 1 then. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't have 3 less life. Whoops. Whoopsies. That's a bit of a goof up on me. We're at 4. They're at 4. So if I wanted to do this, it could work. We could yoink a Sanji. We could just go. We can get very creative in this one. Let me do this. Attack him. Interesting. They took the life. Select 1 card to trash. Get rid of Sanji. Then I have the 3. So I'll just, I guess I'll just do Actually, wait, no. I can drop a Zoro. Drop another Zoro. What am I doing? I almost threw there. Do that. Bring our guy out. There we go. So now we got 4 out. If he attacks, he's got to attack here for sure. 1 hundo P. The only problem is we're down in our hand and we still have full life. But we got him down to 2, so we'll see. It's going to be tough. I don't have any power removal. So he's going to be able to get rid of a couple of our people here. So he's going to get rid of this and this. So he still has 5. So enough for one more event. And then he's got Rob. Okay, so there's this. On play, -2. Okay. Let's just get rid of both of these. Alright. I'm just going to attack this one. Yeah, so nothing we can do there. However, yeah, we'll just have a turn. Yeah, I can't do too much again here. This is going to have to be a low turn. So we'll attack him for 6. Try to get him to burn some stuff. Alright. Interesting. Should I just get him down to try to get him down to 0? And then if I take a couple hits, let's try it. All right, we got him down to 0. So let's I don't know. We'll see. We got a couple turns to figure this out. Could he have Sabo? That'd put a damper on things. Who else? I guess the low blockers. Like, he's got 9 cards, so this is gonna be pretty tough. This next turn I'll have 6. I mean, if he doesn't have a blocker, then yeah, we win. So there we go. Sometimes things are just on your side. Because yeah, he would have attacked me. I would have had 6. So I attacked him for 11. He could have only done, what, 10, 11. Yeah, straight up. He couldn't. Wow. All right. Well, there we go. There's a quick one against Sakazuki. We'll take that. All right, here we go. Sakazuki. What do we have? We have sort of an okay setup. So we'll try it. However, I'm not going to attack with Zoro. Because I don't want to lose both of our characters. So that's the... Against Sakazuki, getting this Rush Zoro in the beginning is a problem. Because you don't want them to attack you and then get rid of both people. Okay, we get Zoro, this one. So that's kind of better. So I'll swing at him, 5 on 5. Okay, he takes a life, which is fine. So now we will employ this Zoro. Do our -3. 1, 2, 3. Bring out our bear. There we go. Pressure is on. See what we can do from here. Just got to play kind of slow, though, it looks like, depending on our what we can kind of get with our draw. So he plays Kuzan, so he doesn't have a way to get rid of both of our guys, which is kind of massive, and we'll take that. All right. I need to do this. Actually, wait, he's at 4, we're at 3. Never mind, I need to do this first, because this doesn't matter. It's 3 or less life. So let me attack him with this. Get the 1. And then since we're 3 or less life, we can attack him again and then get that. Alright, now is the tricky spot. Because I need to get rid of this man. So I guess I have to use this. So I want to keep up, like, everything on him. We're going to attack him again, 6 on 5. And then I'm going to go into Rush Zoro and attack him again. and I'm just going to keep the pressure on this guy. So 1, 2, 3, get rid of Kuzan, bring out Rush Zoro, and we'll attack him again. Alright, fine with that. Hopefully he can't get rid of everybody, but you never know. He just has to get, he can attack one and then he just has to lower the other two. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So another Kuzan. So that means he doesn't have Rob. So that's actually kind of huge. This is going very well for us right now. So he's just loading up. Okay, I'm really okay with this. So I have Gordo. So I'm at 4, they're at 6. Yeah, probably Gordo this guy. So Gordo him. That leaves me with 3. So we do a 7. Get our bonus one back. Okay. And now, how many do I have? I have 5. That'd be insane. This is going to be kind of wacky here. 3. Get rid of him. I'm going to bring out Law. Use the card action. Get rid of another one. Get rid of 2 of his cards. So we trashed Borsellino. Both Borselinos here. I'm going to attack him again. 6 on 5. Alright, and then we'll attack him again. 5 on 5. Alright, we get him down to 1. Just trying to absolutely wear this guy out is what we're trying to do right now. Just absolutely use everything we have to exhaust everything they have. And that's the goal here and the plan. And then just in case, so we'll have 3. In case they have Rebecca blocker or whatever. I guess, never mind, it doesn't work because we're still at 3. So I knew they had that. Okay, so that, I mean, that's kind of big though. So Drew Borsellino. So play this. They can't activate it, but they drew blocker Borsellino from trash, so they can do that, which isn't too big of an issue. So he's attacking me, which I'm going to take that all day. Oh man, okay. This is, that couldn't have worked out any more perfect. Okay, I'm gonna do this and get rid of that. And then, do I even need to? I'll just launch a bunch of attacks, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this guy. Bring in another bear. They'll attack him 5 on 5. Okay. Attack him again, 5 on 5. We just need one of these to hit. Alright, and that's it. Bang! That's how you take out Sakazuki. Put him in the blender. That felt so good. Like, being able to just completely gut them of all their cards. And we were doing fantastic on that game. My goodness, we were up on life. Like, luckily he attacked us directly. I don't know why he didn't try to get rid of a character. Even if he did, I would have protected them. But yeah, that was sick. That was so much fun. And yeah, that's why this strategy is so good, because again, they can't do anything turn 2 except for waste their resources on trying to get one of your characters out, and that will like harm them later on in the game. And luckily they didn't have, the only way they can get rid of your stuff turn 2, like they only can get rid of 1, is if they have the Great Eruption here and if they have that Hound Blaze. And that's the only option they have going for them on turn 2 to like be able to like take out like one of your 4 costs over your 3 costs. They can't get both, like straight up. They cannot get both on turn 2. So you just have to weigh the chances of them not having both of those, and you can put yourself out in front of Sakazuki, and then from there on, as long as you're able to ideally replenish your characters and keep up, they can't do anything. Like, you overwhelm them on the board, and then with our strats as well, just being able to then we're ahead. We get to just focus on removing them and just launching attacks at them every turn and forcing them to burn the characters in their hand that give them the on-play cost removal. And yeah, we forced him to burn all these. It's pretty big with the law as well. We got rid of a Borsellino blocker and this Borsellino, which is pretty nice. But yeah, that is how you can just absolutely slap around like Sakazuki if you get the right cards. And there's just nothing they can, if you get the step on them, there's nothing they can do to bring it back, and it's sick. But it's just our unfortunate disadvantage though is we just don't have the ability to keep up with the cards and stuff. Like this card that Sakazuki has is draw for 1 Don, draw 1 card. They get to filter with their leader. Didn't have Kuzan. We didn't KO him. We just sent him away. Kuzan on play lets you draw a card. So they're able to get just so many cards like that, which is like crazy. And I know you can add like Queen and stuff if you want that for us, but it's different because that Queen, Queen's ability, we got to play 5 Don. This guy's only got to do like 4 for Kuzan and then literally just 1 for this, which is crazy. Sakazuki players be blessed right now with the card draw, but we can still beat them. We can still absolutely dummy them, and yeah, it feels great. It's super cool, and I love it so much. But not every game will be this easy though, obviously. I only recommend this strat to do if you have one of our Don guys of the boys with Penguin and or Beppo here. But also the pro tip though, if you do get Rush Zoro, luckily I drew and got like Zoro. But if you have Rush Zoro and do it turn 2, do not attack with Rush Zoro. We need Sakazuki to attack our life to get us another card. Because if you attack with Rush Zoro, they will just attack Rush Zoro, and then you might be forced to burn a card from your hand, which is not good to keep him up. Or if you don't burn a card from your hand, then you just lose a character for free. And we don't want to do that turn 2. We want the pressure to be on them to have to, like, at the very least, exhaust the resources to get rid of one of our cards. And even it's just worth it. So do not attack turn 2 with Rush Zoro if you get him. Just keep him, call out, basically throw down the challenge to Sakazuki if they're going to attack you or not. And you go from there. And yeah, luckily in this one, they couldn't. Our turn 2, they didn't have the resources to stop us there, which is awesome. And you're just able to wear them down from there. You just keep going, and even with their card draw advantage, being able to make them have to burn through so much stuff to keep up with us is how you can beat Sakazuki. And it's such a good feeling. It's such a relieving feeling because Sakazuki is the best deck out right now, just because they don't really have a hard counter. Even with us playing, like, the only way we can beat, like, hard counter them is playing like this. Like, obviously you can win, but it's not going to happen every time. And if you don't get our solid setup here up in the hand, it's really tough to pull it back. Like, you still have our other strat of attacking turn 2 8,000 and then going from there. But it just gives them an extra little step, because then when things go, they'll have extra down to use like Rob Lucci and stuff like that. But if you get the setup, honestly, you have a great chance to beat them. It just depends on what you draw from there on out. If you're able to replenish like the characters that they're taking out, if you're able to do that, then you'll beat them. If you can't, then you probably won't. It just depends on when you kind of run out of characters. And I didn't run out of characters at all. We had just enough like cost removal and stuff as well to kind of manage everything. And yeah, if you get that kind of thing going, there's nothing they can do. You're just a step ahead of them, or literally you'll be literally up 1 character or potentially 2 after your second turn. Then turn 3, you're attacking them, bang, bang, bang. You drop, like, if you can, depending on what they like, if they even put anything out, you get rid of them, drop a character, and then you just want to keep overwhelming them. Don't let them get anything set up on their board if you can, and then just keep popping them. Because the thing to remember, don't be afraid to attack with your blockers as well, especially if you're running out of characters and you need the hits. Because just how I view it is, I always view that Sakazuki has their like best stuff in their hand, and I'm in my head imagining them being able to remove a minimum 2 characters a turn, like after turn 3. Just in my head, it's like 2 characters a turn are gonna be gone. So that's why if I have blockers, I'll attack with the blockers, because I'm just expecting the blocker to get removed anyways. So if you can at least get an attack off, it kind of helps you out. But yeah, that is the Sakazuki, how to beat Sakazuki with the RP Law. now you guys have multiple different strategies in your opening hand to look forward to and go off and play off them. Give you guys extra dimensions to be able to beat these guys, all the Sakazuki players. And yeah, it feels really good, especially when you get the setup. You just feel you have them in just an absolute like chokehold. There's just nothing they can do. And especially when you just burn them out of their characters, there's nothing they can play either, because you're just making them run everything down, and it's such a great feeling. And yeah, that is going to do it for us for the how-to in our final deck build to beat Sakazuki. And yeah, thank you guys so much for, again, all the support and everything on all these videos. This has been an absolute blast. Again, I love RP Law so much. It's so much fun. And yeah, it's been great, and I hope you guys that are especially trying to play RP Law have been helped out by any of these, because that's all my goal is to just all I want to do is give you guys the information, and then that way you can take it and process it for yourself and then do whatever you want. Because again, you can swap things out. The deck that I am using, if you do not like the rush characters, you can swap them out. Zora, you can swap out Researcher Law. 5C Rush Luffy, you can swap out for Queen if you'd rather have card draw. It is totally up to you. I just like playing aggressive, so that's why I like the rush cards in my personal build. But if you do not like that, you do not have to play like I play with those. Again, the structure of the deck is there. You have free reign. Besides that, all the 3 cost and 5 cost characters, you can do whatever you want with. Same with the event numbers. You can put a round table if you want, drop a jet pistol, vice versa. It's totally your choice. Like, you can do everything. I just wanted you guys to have the game plans that you can now see visually with the RP Law, and especially against Sakazuki, which is going to be the top deck here, being able to give you guys just other game plans to look for to go up against them. And now you have in your opening hand, you have what you're trying to look for, which is like the Zoro and then either Beppo or the boys to get your Don up. That's your ideal move. But if you don't have them, you still have our original game plan, which is turn 2, pop them for 8,000 to drop them 1, and then go from there. And then it's just kind of a removal race, and that's what to expect. But yeah, that is everything. That will wrap it up for us with the Sakazuki videos. And yeah, thank you guys so much again for all the support. It's been sick, and good luck with whatever kind of tournaments you guys are doing at locals, just against friends. If you're going out to do any of the like regional type stuff as well, feel free to like let me know how that stuff goes. I love doing that. Either if you're like on the Discord, you can find me in the RP Law discussion section, so you can post anything there, or literally just comment or tag me like on social media and be like, I won with RP Law. Whether you use my deck build or not, we're all on the same team. Like, I just want to see RP Law be successful. And yeah, so good luck everybody in all your tournaments and the future progress here in the next few weeks, or with OP5 coming out. And I will see you in the next one.